Now that Trials Evolution is out for PC, we have tons of tracks popping up from you guys that are donkey focused. Seems like everybody's trying to get in on this donkey business. It was obviously a thing before, but now I would say with Tets and Will Donkey and the fact that everybody could get it because it's included in the game itself and it's not inside of another game that you'd have to go buy and download. These tracks are just everywhere. And apparently I've somehow become Billy the Kid, where like everybody comes to town and wants to challenge me to a duel. So I'm getting tons of pictures tweeted at me, posted to Facebook, and just all over the place, and even fucking videos where people are showing side-by-sides of my playthroughs, my replays, versus them. You fucks! I do the track once and then I move on. The show is called Will It Donkey, not Will It Donkey and Fewer Faults of some basement-dwelling asshole with unlimited time on his hands. Apologies to those who live in basements that aren't assholes. Sorry. But at the same time, I'm actually quite pleased to see all this. I'm glad to see that there's lots of people out there who are accepting and embracing the way of the donkey, that are actually out there making tracks that are specific for this particular bike. A lot of you guys are getting in there and you're telling me, holy shit, this thing's way harder to control than I thought it'd be. So today, I figured, you know what? Since everybody's a fucking donkey master all of a sudden, how about we hit you with the ultimate fucking challenge? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Gigatrack. So why Gigatrack, you say? Well, for a couple of reasons. One, because it's available on both platforms. It's kind of nice to have something that everybody can participate in. And two, because it's reached legendary status in terms of not being able to be donkeyed. There is, however, one exception, kind of. You see, there's a gentleman on the forums, on the Trials forums, who says that he's completed this thing twice with his mates, so he didn't think about taking a picture. You think that if you completed the fucking impossible track that you would, hey, mate, give me your phone. It sounds weird when I say that, right? And take a picture of the screen, or video, or something. Like, stand in front of it, throw fucking gang signs. You would do something like that. But he didn't. So because of that, I didn't believe him. But the reason why I'm saying this is kind of an exception is because this gentleman is one of the 2 people that have gone through and completed one of my previous donkey challenges. So that just shows that he does kind of know what he's doing with the donkey. And I know that there are lots of you guys out there who have been doing nothing but donkeying things. So someone out there with fucking Fraps, DX Tory, or a phone that doesn't fucking suck will be able to pull this off. And you will be the hero of the community because you will be the only person that can actually prove it. So what's so hard about this track? Well, nothing, really. It's not a difficult track. You're gonna get to the point that's gonna fuck you fairly quickly. It takes about 2 minutes, which is a long time if you think about it, right? I mean, it's gonna take you a couple minutes just to get there, and then once you get to this point, which is right here, you have to work your way down this, jump over this gap, come over here, little ramp, over this hill, and then you go down this hill, here's a ramp, and this is it. This is where it ends, right here, folks. This jump is massive, especially to the donkey. You can jump and you can get close and just push forward all you want, but I'm telling you, it is fucking huge and very, very difficult to even touch. I have actually touched the ramp before, so I know how it's done, okay? I can tell you how it's actually done. And that's the reason why it's here today, because I know that it's possible. It just requires such a sick amount of luck and precision. However you want to go ahead and balance that out, you decide. Everything from this point forward is key. You could pretty much just fuck everything before that, which sucks because it takes a long time to go through this. And don't be, if you're 20 minutes in, just give up. Okay, just stop, because everything beyond this point could potentially be pretty difficult. So imagine you finally make it over this impossible ramp, right? In quotes, impossible. And then you run into something else that's kind of difficult. Well, guess what? You only gave yourself 20 minutes. This is why even I did it. I went through like for 15, 20 minutes or so, and I'd start over. I only had like 100 faults or less because it takes so long to get from the checkpoint to the part that actually sucks. But don't worry about it. Just allow yourself enough time for when you do make it over this ramp to be able to complete the other things. Okay, so everything beyond this point, it's simple. Just keep your as much speed as possible and keep the front wheel in the air. You want the front wheel to be in the air when you are hitting the ramp. Some of you guys remember I talked about on my how to trials videos, my crash course videos, I mentioned that you want the back wheel to hit first on some of those steps. The same thing applies here. What ends up happening is you're compressing down that shock, that rear suspension, to the point to where it's actually gonna give you some forward momentum. In this case, it's gonna be in the form of lift. It's actually gonna push you up so you get a little bit more air. And then while you're in the air, you rotate the bike all the way around until the rear tire is facing the ramp. You're not gonna get enough lift to clear the entire thing. You're gonna have to rotate this thing around, hook that rear tire, and then pull yourself up and over. You guys have seen me do this before. It's entirely possible to do on the donkey. I do it all the time. You just have to hook that rear wheel and then just keep giving it gas. You don't want to fall right here because then you've basically done everything right and just choked at the end. But what about the money, right? This is important because this is a difficult thing. What I'm saying is I'm willing to pay $20 to somebody to complete this thing and have proof. If you can't provide proof, get out. Just go away. And I'm no pictures. No, it has to be video. And that's it. Again, the video has to be clear. I have to actually see you making this jump, okay? You have to show you making this jump and completing the rest of the course. And that's it. That's all you have to do. It's perfect. It's the first person to pull that off is gonna get $20 in Amazon cash. The first person, I wanna reiterate that because I messed it up last time. Only one $20 Amazon cash gift card thing sent to your email address will be given out for this. Now remember, it is possible to do this, and I'm telling you how to do it right now. Some of you guys might figure out some other crazy way to do it, right? You might want to try something different, that's fine. I'm just telling you how I know it can be done. Keep your front tire off the ground for this entire stretch. When you hit that ramp with the back tire, front wheel still in the air, right? Go ahead and start pushing yourself forward to give yourself enough lift and forward momentum to hook that back tire onto the ramp on the other side. Make sure you're filming the entire thing, and then just cruise to the end. Now, I'm not saying that cruising to the end is gonna be easy. I'm fairly certain there's probably some bullshit after this is gonna be probably pretty difficult. But good luck. I hope you guys don't have plans for the weekend because I fully expect Gigatrack to be donkeyed on my desk by Monday morning. That didn't quite come out right.